back. Solid husky. Well,
Nobody here, but our computer's on.
As you know, Magadon claims they opened a new lab to develop natural supplements. It's obviously a front.
Nice.
They've got the public eating out of their hand.
They just brought their supplements to market. If we don't expose them, a whole lot of unsuspecting people are going to get poisoned. The new lab of them? Their security's full of holes. It's the perfect time to stage an attack.
We split into 3 teams. You two take the north entrance.
This letter must have been sent just before the attack on the cairn.
Alex, Danny, Quinn, you 3 create a diversion at the east entrance.
Everyone stay in contact. If we hear even a whisper of trouble, we're out of there.
wonder if it like bugged out.
When I think of what they did to Leandra, I
just hope we can help clear the passage into the world beyond.
I just can't get my head around the fact that we just clearly...
There's still a long way to go. But life's picking up again in the cairn. Ludmilla, I hope you can see this, wherever you are.
It's obviously a front. They've got the public eating out of their hand.
They just brought their supplements to market.
Nobody here, but our computer's on.
Cahal! You know I hate it when people mess with my stuff.
That's an impressive amount of equipment.
It's the bare minimum for leading a handful of activists against a megacorp like Indran.
Haven't changed much, have you? Aside from a couple of new lines on your face.
Thanks, asshole. You know, I always knew you'd come back. It was just a matter of when.
This isn't quite the reunion I had in mind.
But it's a happy one. I heard about your handiwork at the mine.
Adana.
Cahal?
You must have a lot to talk about. I'll go check on the solar panels. Catch you later.
Adana, how are you doing? You've grown.
It's not worth trying to rebuild that bridge now, Cahal. Not after abandoning me for 5 years.
I'm sorry, Adana.
Where do you think an apology is going to get you? You know, it was hard enough to get over Mom's death. But dealing with the fact that you chose to leave me behind when I needed you most, that left a scar. You were so focused on doing what you thought was right, that you never thought about what it might do to me.
Maybe you're right. I didn't think about how it might hurt you. I spent those 5 years finding my way back to the man I was. Even if you were with me, I wouldn't have been me. And you'd have been just as alone. I was in no state to look after you. I couldn't have been the father you needed. I wasn't.
Stop, Cahal. I'm really not in the mood to hear you rewrite our family history. Endron just carved a bloody wound into my cairn. They killed my friends. Right now, all I care about is tearing Endron apart.
Rodko told me you and Ava were undercover at Endron during the attack.
That's right. I managed to infiltrate the fracking site. They just upped my security clearance, too. I've got access to their protected data. This is the best chance we've ever had at taking Endron down. We sink them from the inside.
Sink Endron from the inside? And how do you plan on doing that?
A while back, Ava, Rodko, and I discovered that Endron's injecting its new recruits with a special serum that makes them more... everything.
Yeah, I saw it myself when I was in their training center. The injection transforms people. Makes them stink of the worm.
There's more to it than that. When I first joined Endron's ranks, I was trying to figure out what was going on with their biofuel project. But while I was analyzing the formula for the biofuel, I noticed an encrypted molecule within it. No employees have access to its composition. That same molecule is in the substance they're injecting their troops with, as well as another project, the Earthblood protocol.
The Earthblood protocol. Any idea what that's about?
Not yet. But that can wait until after we figure out what this mystery molecule actually is. Once we figure out what that mystery molecule really is, we'll know what they're pumping their soldiers with, and their plans for this biofuel. Then we'll leak that info to everyone who'll listen, block the biofuel's launch, and hopefully put the final nail in Endron's coffin. Thing is, right now the encryption they're using on their data is impossible to break. That's why we came back. We wanted to tell Rodko how we were stuck and figure out what to do from here.
Yeah, I read Ava's letter to Rodko. How can I help?
If you want to help, go meet with Ava. She and Rodko will be figuring out our next steps.
All right, I'll go check in with her and then have a talk with Rodko. Any idea where I'll find her?
By our solar panels. If you've got any other questions, you'll find me with the rest of the pack. They need me.
How you doing, big guy? Figured I'd get out of the way, let you catch up with 80. Though, from the look on your face, it doesn't look like it went well.
She's still angry at me for leaving.
Can you blame her? Shit, being a teenager's bad enough, but Ludmilla's death, your exile, it was all hard on her. But you did what you had to. You had to get away from us to get yourself back on track.
That's what I tried to tell her.
I've been telling her that for years. Never eased her pain, though. But you're back now. It'll pass. Just give it time.
Adana told me about your mission to infiltrate the fracking site.
Yeah, about that. We're currently at a roadblock. Endron's data encryption is uncrackable.
So she said.
Our only way to get our hands on that data is to take it directly from the server in their lab. But surveillance is tight. Even Adana couldn't get in there without being caught. And I don't think I could create a big enough distraction to draw their security's eyes away.
Lambda Mankind's really made something of itself, hasn't it?
Yeah, took us a while, but we've got a solid group. And our name's out there. The bigger we get, the more we can do. Still need to get public opinion on our side, of course, and that's not going to be easy given the way Endron and its puppet media portray us. But the longer we fight, the better we can reclaim our narrative. The people will come to realize we're fighting for them in due time.
From what I've seen, you've got enough to battle in the court of public opinion.
That's for sure. Endron's media mouthpieces have done a hell of a job of painting us as terrorists. But hey, it could work out in our favor in the end. If we bring Endron's abuses to light...
Their smear campaign against you would just be one more strike against them. That could work. Lambda Mankind's really made something of itself, hasn't it?
Yeah, took us a while, but we've got a solid group. And our name's out there. The bigger we get, the more we can do. But the longer we fight...
How did you manage to convince Rodko to house Lambda Mankind at Tarker's Mill?
Back when you were here, he wouldn't give the idea the time of day. But when he named me lieutenant, I told him I'd agree on one condition.
That he'd accept your Lambda Mankind.
Yep. Once he lived around them for a while, he finally saw that their determination to save the planet was every bit as real as his. And today, they're fully integrated into the cairn. Rodko's a big reason Lambda Mankind's accomplished what it has today. The fracking site's too well protected. It's too much for 2 people.
What about your Lambda Mankind? I feel like they'd be distraction enough.
That's not happening. If we staged a full-on attack, they'd lock down the whole site, lab servers. This is a job for a scalpel, not a chainsaw. Gotta keep our operation lean.
Sounds like you've got something in mind.
If we want to draw security's attention, we have to hit them hard. Blowing up the refinery should do the trick. But that's not happening until we can get into the fracking site. That's step 1. The site is protected by an electric fence and a myriad of cameras, all of which are powered by the dam Endron acquired when it bought the site. Now, if someone could get into the dam and connect me to their network, I could access their system discreetly.
Allowing you to cut the power to their defenses without their notice.
Exactly. We can worry about the fracking site after that.
Okay. I'll go talk to Rodko to see how he wants to make up the teams.
Thanks, Gahal. It's good to have you back. But if you don't mind, I'd like to take a few moments for myself. Lost some friends during the attack.
Don't worry. Take all the time you need.
Alright, stay tuned.